Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Sales here, bringing you guys another discussion video. This time it will be on Satellarknight. And if you don't know, this is one of my favorite decks in the game. And there's a few reasons why I love this deck, but there's a lot of flaws that this deck have. If you didn't know, Satellarknights were one of the best decks in the game back in 2014. And it was known as one of the big four from Duelist Alliance. Even then, Satellarknights relied heavily on their traps to help them secure games. But now I want to talk about what Satellarknights actually need to become a competitive deck again. If you realize in most Satellarknight decks, you would realize that a lot of these decks don't have a lot of Satellarknight cards, and that's because a lot of Satellarknight cards are really bad, and that is why the deck is struggling at this current moment. What I believe that Satellarknights need is they need more monsters. I know Satellarknights have a lot of monsters, but half of them are really bad, and again, they're not worth running. I say they need a monster that can special summon itself when you control no monsters, and when it's special summon or normal summon, you can special summon a Satellarknight monster from your deck. If you read the main deck Satellarknight monsters, you would realize that one special summons from the hand and one special summons from the graveyard, but it doesn't summon one from the main deck. But if you look at the Satellarknight monsters in the extra deck, we have one that special summons from the graveyard and one that special summons from the deck, but not one from the hand. So it's kind of like they're missing something. That is not the only reason why we need these cards, and this is not the only cards that we need to make this deck become competitive again. Again, if we look at the main deck Satellarknight monsters, we would realize that we don't have enough to make an actual Satellarknight deck, and a lot of these decks resort to heavy trap based and card demise builds, and that is where I want to kind of shift away and build a XYZ spam deck and what it really was supposed to be. Also, if we look in the extra deck, we realize that we only really summon Trevor, and that is where I feel like we need another extra deck monster that can do other things like Trevor and like Delta Rose, but probably even better, so the deck can become even better. Now, earlier in the video, I did say we need another card, and I feel like we need a card that can search the Satellarknight traps and spells. We don't have a card that can really search the Satellarknight spell and traps. And we have a lot of decks that can search their spell and trap cards. Things like Magicians, we have Spirals, we have all these other decks that can search their spell and traps, but Satellarknights can't search the spell and traps. Satellarknights could be so much better if they got like a searcher for these spell and trap cards, because these spell and trap cards are really good. Things like Alpha, things like Skybridge. Skybridge is not as good as like Alpha, but it's still a really good card if we had more Satellarknight monsters. That's what I feel, that we need more main deck Satellarknight monsters that are actually good. So that is what I think, guys. Let me know what you think about Satellarknights and what you actually believe that Satellarknights need to become a competitive deck again. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.